Okay, it is April 9th, it is 11:30, and I am going to conduct a walkthrough and just a talk and interview with Althea Berry. Okay, why don't you just find a place to sit, and why don't you walk me through the house?
Yeah.
Okay?
Carry on for the bedroom key.
Oh, we gotta get the bedroom.
That's fine. Why is there a bedroom that's locked?
Because Michael has a key for the house.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want him to go back and rummage through his things or my things, because
You're talking about since the death?
Yes.
Okay, so beforehand it wasn't locked?
No.
Okay, you're good. All right, well, let's go ahead and cover everything else.
We need a key for the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
We have to go on the outside.
You know, right here.
Okay, we'll do that.
Remember I lost it?
That's okay. What room is this?
This is my daughter,
But
Karen.
you can use the house key to come in through this side, this way.
Yeah, the house key, the door, the key you use.
The house key?
Yeah, it
Opens
opens
this-
that door.
Okay.
It also open the one in the
Okay, all right.
This is Karen's room.
Yeah.
Karen doesn't live here.
Carrie Ann?
No, Karen. We have
Karen,
three
that's right, your daughter. She's special needs.
kids. Exactly.
Okay, and how old is she?
She is 1990 minus this one.
Okay, all right.
31.
Okay, all right.
30.
Now she's in a home. Does she get to come and stay? I take it to a place?
She used to come home on Sundays,
Okay.
but ever since they put a tube in to feed her, we can't manage the tube, so she stay at the group home.
Okay.
So we'll go on Saturday and some Saturdays and look for her.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so we're going. Now, you told me that some pictures have been taken down to prepare it for sale.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you. Okay, I appreciate you. All right, so let's keep going.
Okay.
Those are nice.
When he would eat,
Okay.
dinner, breakfast, whatever.
Okay.
Or, can I get off this small food? And then this is where he would come every evening after work. He will come. He either lay that way or this way, and he's on the phone 24/7.
Uh-oh, on the
He
phone.
has- yes.
Talking or
Yes.
texting?
Talking. He texts, he talk. That's
Okay.
yes.
And who would it be to? Just
Different people. He has so many people. He just like to check on people to make sure they're okay.
all right, let's go this way.
This used to be Kristine's room.
Okay.
Okay, she moved out like 2-3 years ago. So I used to watch the TV. On my TV. I used to watch the TV over here. If
And you say she moved out, because that's going to be part of my questions. She
Yeah.
moved out, you say 2 or 3 years ago?
yeah, roughly.
Okay.
And as you see,
Okay. I gotcha. Okay, so this is Kristine's, and it's just nothing now.
nothing.
Okay.
When she brings her baby on Friday night till Saturday, Carrie Ann, Julian, and Kristine would stay there.
Okay.
This used to be not Kristine, Carrie Ann's room.
Okay.
There,
Is there 1 hour or 2?
okay, 1 hour.
Okay. And when did Carrie Ann move out?
Carrie Ann, how long ago you move out?
Huh?
How long ago you move out?
The closing was February 26th, and I moved the first week in March.
I'm just going to put it down as 3-1. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now let's get the keys.
Let's go to. We have one more room.
Oh, I knew that.
Sorry.
This house never ends. You're fine. You're fine.
His
Stop.
mom's room.
This is whose room?
His mom, Calvin's mom's room. Then, Chrissy, you use the bathroom, Carrie?
Okay, what did you say, Mommy?
Did you use the bathroom that's running?
No, it's been running. I don't know if maybe the people have showed them but it's been running.
Yeah. So this is the room that the carpet was replaced by Calvin and the next door neighbor in 2019. This is the only room that was touched. Calvin wanted to prepare it to rent it out. Then he changed his mind. He was trying to get Kristine
When
to
did
come
his?
back.
Oh, okay. Now, when did his mom pass away?
I believe November 2019. And he did this in August. She wasn't with us for about over a year. So if you want to talk to the next door neighbor, you're fine. Oh, so he did take the bench. Michael.
He wanted Christine to move back home.
Right, he was trying to entice
The one
her.
with the baby.
Okay.
He was trying to entice her to come back, but she didn't want to come back.
Okay. All right. So, and then we've got the garage.
The garage, yes.
Just so you know, I'm back here. I just didn't want you to step back into me.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the last laundry that we did, so I don't know if you want to look through that. Yes.
And you haven't been home since pretty much he was just a few days after he was found.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, Carol, you still have the key, right?
No, I set it here on the kitchen table. I'll grab it.
So Carol, the key for the bedroom is on that too?
No, she says the house key operates it.
Yeah, but I sent her because I can't find my card.
Both of them again?
It's just the
That's okay.
the clean clothes hamper.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's my security.
right? Yeah, because nobody's getting in here. Okay, and then whose room is this?
This is mine and Calvin's room.
Okay.
Okay. One of these baskets used to be in the corner behind that door.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, that's how they did it to stay.
Okay, did you sleep with Calvin or did you sleep somewhere else?
I slept with Calvin for a good time, but there are times when he says he wants to sleep and I'll be over that room, or he says I snore too much, or if you're upset, I sleep in Kristine's room.
How often do you think that happens?
Every once in a while. I couldn't tell you how often that happened.
Okay. Okay, so at times you would sleep in the other room because you would snore or you'd argue. Hi.
I just want to look for her keys in here.
Oh, can you give us a minute so we'll finish our walkthrough? I'll holler at you guys.
Not to make sure that you.
Yeah, we got in. We are good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so. All right.
My table that I use for work used to be right here, but since I'm not going to stay here, it's over by Carrie's home.
Okay, and that's who you're going to stay with is Carrie Ann?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my closet.
Uh-oh. Oh, there. I see what it's doing. How long have you guys owned this home?
Since 2006. His son took off some of his stuff.
Michael did?
Yeah.
Did he take it while you were here?
Yeah. Well, what he did, he said that he had some stuff in there. So he showed me where it stopped to, and then I leave it over to his grandma's room.
How come you're worried about Michael being in the home?
It's not that I'm worried for Michael. It's the fact that the same day that we put Calvin in the crib, Michael brought everybody here, and they were just all over the place. So, he should still have a key. Mm-hmm. And then he and his wife was rummaging through here, rummaging through Calvin's belonging, want to know, I want this, I want that, I want this. So, I didn't feel safe like that either, so, we locked the door, because he was coming back when we were not here, and I don't know who he will be bringing or what. So I said, let me just lock the room door, just to be on the safe side, because they have no reason. He already took what he said he wanted.
Okay, all right. Did he say anything about you locking the door?
No, he didn't say anything to me about it. They haven't spoken to me since at the first not repast, the first memorial, which was March 27th. They haven't spoken to me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, 5 bedrooms and 3 baths. I don't even know the people that he brought here. And they were all over chopping down his trees, the fruit, the coconut, the cane there in the backyard. They were just, and nobody said anything to me. So I'm like, If Calvin was just here, he would have not put up with all of this that he did, they did.
I mean, we're not, nobody's saying he can't have his dad's things, but let's do this in a nice fashion. Let's do it right. Yeah, no, I agree. I understand. Okay. All right, sweetheart. Let's go find a place to sit down, you and I, and we will walk through all this. I think I might have left the key in the back door. Since we've got this unlocked, I'm going to go out this way. Yeah, I did. I'm going to lock it back up, and I'll meet you in the living room.
Okay.
Okay, Althea, I locked both of the deadbolt and the handle. Okay? All right. And then you can put your, we'll just sit right here. There you go. Okay. Now, some of this is going to be a little painful, sweetheart, because we're going to go back to the day he went missing and those kind of things. So, if we need to take a break, we'll take a break. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to holler at them and let them know if they want to go in there and look for your keys, they can. That we're done. Hey, Carrie Ann, we're done in the master bedroom if you want to go look for those keys. Okay? Okay. Well, you have a beautiful home, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Now, are you going to live with Carrie Ann permanently?
No.
No? Just for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It is Althea. What's your middle name?
Arlene. Arlene.
Okay, and it's Berry?
Berry. Yes.
All right, and what's your date of birth?
8/17/61.
Okay, and what is Carrie Ann's address?
530
I
Northwest.
got an answer.
Oh,
530 Northwest Azalea.
Okay.
Azalea.
Right.
Please do not publish your address.
No. This is just for my records. When I do the report, I'm going to list your address as this one. But this is just so if I need you, I can find you. Okay?
And that's
What is that?
PSL.
No, is that a street, avenue, terrace?
It's Avenue.
I can find it. It's not a big deal. Okay.
And
All
it's
right.
the same zip code.
Right. Okay. So we have gone through the home. Obviously, you said that you'd taken some things down getting ready for the sale.
Right.
We've established that no carpet has been replaced in either one of the bedrooms, and the only carpet that was even replaced was in Calvin's mom's room, which was 2 years ago.
2019.
Okay. And then mom died. Was she in and out of like homes and stuff? Is that why she wasn't here when the carpet was changed, or?
No, they said she had like a stroke.
Okay.
So they put her in a nursing home, Palm Gardens.
Okay.
So she's been there for quite some time. Like, I want to say about 2 years or maybe a year and a half.
So how long was she in the bedroom?
How long? Since we moved here, from 2006.
Oh, okay. So from 2006 all the way up to like 2017, she lived in that spare room. Okay. And then she had the stroke, and the last few years of her life she was in that home.
Right.
Is that accurate? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So this all started when Calvin went missing.
Yes.
Okay. Was that a regular day, a normal day? Okay. What time does Calvin get up and go to work?
He gets up around 6:30.
Okay. And what
then
time does he
He
leave?
leaves by around 7.
Okay. Now, you say that you were working from here at home?
Yes, I
Since
started
COVID.
working at 9:30.
Okay.
So most of the mornings when I get up, he's already gone.
Okay. And you start at 9:30. What is it that you do, sweetheart?
Okay, I am a customer service advocate where the customers, people on Medicare or Medicaid would call to place orders for their incontinence supply, vitamin.
Who you work for?
I work for, the insurance is United Healthcare, but we are on the contract with Convey Health Solutions.
Okay. All right. How long has Calvin been with the post office?
Around 26 years, they figured, because he started in 94.
Thank you,
We used to live in Miami.
Okay. But you moved from Miami to this house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, had you noticed anything? There's this text where somebody was very concerned and thought Calvin was behaving strangely. Had you noticed any behavior changes? Okay. And I think you told me about those when he was missing. You said that you were worried that he had started suffering a little bit of dementia. And why was that?
Okay, because the Calvin that everybody knew and loved is a lively, bubbly person. Always checking to see if everything's okay. Always on his phone, talking up a storm to everybody. And then we just noticed that he's not taking any, he would look at the phone and say, maybe I'll call them back later. He wouldn't be making phone calls, he wouldn't be joking with the people. And I'm supposed to have surgery. But he needs to get the family medical leave. And he keep asking me, I need to know when you're going to have the surgery so I can put you in for this. And he keep repeating the thing, even if you just tell him, we have to wait for the doctor to set the date.
So he would ask you once, and what would you tell him?
That we have to wait for the doctor to call to tell me what day we have the interview with the doctor.
Okay.
The final interview, and then they'll set the date.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
Right.
And then he'll come back again and say the same thing. And he's showing me the paper. So I would just take the paper from him and say, don't worry, I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it, don't worry.
Okay. And then how much time would pass before you'd do it again?
Oh, before I take the paper, it would be like a couple minutes that he would come back to you and answer the same thing. But after I took the paper, it's like that settled it.
Okay.
He wouldn't have to worry.
Okay, so he was almost like kept reading the paper and kept asking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he'd come back a few minutes later. What else made you think that there was possibly some dementia?
Just the fact that he can't remember simple little things, and he's
Like
not.
what?
Anything you say to him, he doesn't. It's like it's not clicking.
And this,
But-
how long had this been going on?
It's within 2 weeks from he start taking the new medication.
Okay, so, hang on, let me get caught up on my notes. Okay. So he couldn't remember simple things, and you're saying, so when he was forgetting these simple things, is that was there a doctor visit or something that he ended up on this medication because he was forgetting? How did he get to the medication?
The way how he got that, the first medication, it starts with an L.
Okay.
It was because he says he's feeling so sluggish, his feet hurt.
So he went to the doctor.
We went to the hospital because he says he's not feeling right. But when we took him to the hospital, they say he was dehydrated. And then he had told them that he wasn't sleeping well. He's just thinking of different things.
Right.
So-
Well, that's when you start telling him all the things that. Okay.
So at that time, the doctor said, okay, I can give you something to calm you down and then you can get some sleep. So they gave that to him.
Okay.
Then they told him to follow up with a primary care doctor.
So they only gave him one medication.
One medicine. And it wasn't for a lot of days. I don't remember how many of those pills they gave him, but it wasn't for a lot of days. So he said he's still not sleeping. And so he went to his regular doctor, and that he told the doctor that, they gave him this medicine. I wasn't with him, but this is, And then the doctor prescribed another medicine for him. That is the
alprazolam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So they prescribed that medication. And then he just started where he doesn't have any energy really.
Okay. So still no energy.
No energy. So we went to his cardiologist, because the cardiologist, they called the Monday, because he had did that stress test. So they called him Monday and says that it appears that he might have a blockage. And they wanted him to come in the Tuesday. He had already seen the cardiologist before this, and they had scheduled him to have, and he said, I think, called ultrasound on his feet, and then to do another.
Now, why his feet?
Because he's complaining that his feet was hurting.
And that was along with the sluggish one, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So the cardiologist was going to do an ultrasound
Of the feet. And I don't remember if it was an ultrasound or an echo of his heart.
Okay.
And then she said, judging from what the answer will be, then they might have to do another catheterization for him.
Okay.
It was that same time when he's talking, and I told them that he's worrying about a lot of things, and she says to him that you need to clear your mind. You need to sit down with somebody and talk with somebody. Since we don't know what's going on with you, right? So that was the cardiologist. Then the Wednesday, now he says, no, I don't feel right. I want to go to the hospital. This is when now they're going to tell him about dehydration. So the cardiologist was before the dehydration and before the primary care.
Okay, so cardiologist, and then what?
Cardiologist, then the hospital, then the primary care.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's not feeling right. We go to the hospital.
Now, when we were coming back from the cardiologist, he said to me, let me go show you how this church do their outdoor service. So went over to that church, and then that pastor came out, and he said, come on out, let's go walk around. And he says, no, another time. And I'm like, that's not him. And then he said, no, come, Brother Berry, come. He says, no, another time. But then the next time now, he says he wants to go to the hospital because he does not feel right. And whenever he says that, he usually pack his little bag, because whenever he used to tell us he doesn't feel right, they admit him for his chronic heart, so there's too much fluid in there. But this time we went, and they said, no, the only thing we can find out is that you're dehydrated. And that's when they gave him the IV for the fluid, and then they also gave him that medication.
And you say this was about 2 weeks before he went missing. Everybody should be that happy. The little one. Yay! Okay. All right. So the day he goes missing, he goes to work. What time does he get home? And you're already here because you're working from here.
I'm here. I'm doing my work. I want to say he got home close to 6:45.
Okay. When he came in, what did we do? Tell me, just walk me through it. I wasn't there that day. Did we talk? Did we eat? Tell me what we did?
Yeah, he asked me what I was doing. I told him I'm working on tickets. When I'm doing tickets, I can watch the TV. Because I'm not calling members. Members are not calling me or anything. I'm just working on we do what's called redacting. Anyway, so he went, he showered, he came out and he ate his dinner, and then he came back and just lay on the bed.
Are you in the bedroom with him?
Yeah, in the bedroom. I'm at the desk and he's laying on the bed. What? Yeah, go tell Carrie. Tell Carrie. So he's on the bed.
All right, so what do we do?
Then roughly, he says, we were
Now, what
watching.
time is this? By the time he showers, and does he shower in here?
Yeah, this bathroom
Okay.
here.
So he showers, he comes out, he eats his dinner, he comes back. About what time are we at now?
I just remember that he was watching the show, The Masked Singer, when I got off.
When you did what?
Got off work. Because we finished working at 8.
Where's he watching TV at?
In the bedroom, he just laid out there. Now, Calvin, this is so. Calvin, he does not watch shows. He watch news, sports, you know, what you call it, CNN. That's his channel that he usually watch. But every minute you see, he look at the TV. And then he tells me, I'm going to take my medicine now, which would be the one to relax him to go to sleep. So I said, okay. I got up, I said, I'll see you later, and I go into Kristin's room and watch TV, and I usually play on my tablet.
Okay, so when he says he takes his medication, what does that tell you?
That he needs to go sleep now.
Okay, so he takes his, where is the medication held at? Where does he have to go get it?
He has it out here.
Okay.
I gave you a tray that had his medication. Yeah.
Okay, so he has to come to the kitchen area to get his meds, and you go to Christine's old bedroom,
All our moving boxes.
and you watch TV.
Yeah, and play on the tablet.
All of them.
Okay. All right, so you're in there. He's taking his medicine. When he takes his medicine, you guys are both out here. Where does he go at that point?
No, he went back to the room.
Okay.
The closet. Yeah.
And you go to Christine's, and you're just wanting him to. Okay. So what happens next?
Next thing, when I'm finished over there and I coming back over, I see him in the kitchen. And
Now you finish over there. What do you mean finish?
finish watching TV. It's time for me now to come back into the room to go to sleep.
Okay. So you're ready for bed.
Yes. So when I came out and I see him, I'm like, where are you going? You know?
What makes you think he's going somewhere?
Because he is out. He's supposed to be in the bed, sleeping.
Okay.
And all he says is, I'm going to the garage to check something. And that was it. I never seen him again.
Did you ask him what he was going to go check?
No.
Okay. All right. So you see Calvin in the kitchen, and you said, really, what are you doing? Because you figured he was supposed to be asleep.
And that's why I thought he didn't have on any shoes.
Okay. So let's go back to that day that you saw him here in the kitchen. What is it you remember about him? What was he wearing? Was he wearing his pajamas? Was he wearing...
No, he doesn't sleep in a pajama.
Okay.
I remember the shirt.
Which we went over real well when he was missing.
Yes. I don't remember his feet,
Okay.
because I'm looking at you.
What shoes does Calvin normally wear?
In the- when he's going
Because
in.
I remember the day that I came and talked to you when he was still missing, and it was, you had articulated that he wore a shoe in the house, a shoe outside. What kind of shoe did he wear for
In
work?
the house?
Well, let's just cover all his shoes, okay?
So
So Calvin's shoes, all right?
He has
Because
a black
he
shoes
wears
for work.
what kind of shoes? Like these?
Kinda, but it's not exactly that.
Okay, so he has black shoes for work, but is it more like a work shoe?
It's a work shoe.
Okay, all right.
Post office.
Okay, so that's, yeah, so it is almost like this. Probably not a boot, but just a regular shoe. Okay, so
in the
post
bed.
office shoes.
And he would have a bedroom slippers.
Okay, and what would they look like?
It's a gray shoes.
Is it like a slide-on, furry?
I could get it if you want it.
Okay, so he has bedroom slippers.
Now, when he's going outside to the backyard, He recently asked us to get him a slipper. So that's the one that he said he wants, the one you just slip your foot in. What do they call those?
They just call them slip-ons, I think. Does it have a back on it?
No.
Or is it just the top?
Just the top.
Okay. They're called
Slides.
Slides.
Yes.
Okay, now you say he just asked for a pair?
Yeah. He
What-
asked for one for Christmas. But the ones that I got him first, it was bedroom slippers. And he says, no. I need
You want it
hard one."
outside?
Yes.
Okay.
So we carry it back and exchange it and
Okay.
got.
What other kind of shoes does Calvin have?
He has the slippers, but I don't think he has it anymore because I couldn't find that anymore. Then he also has his church shoes and tennis shoes.
Okay, what are church shoes?
The dress-up shoes.
Well, I need to know, because everybody's idea, I've seen people in church in flip-flops, so, all right. But you guys go to church like I do, so a real live church shoe, a dress shoe.
Yeah, dress-up shoes.
Okay, and then you said tennis shoes. What kind of tennis shoes?
He has a white tennis shoe.
You say it's white?
Yeah, that one he got from Carrie Ann and Juju. They bought it. Everybody got a tennis shoes from them.
Okay, all right. Are they white like nylon or white leather?
Not leather, no.
Okay, so more of a fabric type of thing? Okay.
I believe it's Adidas.
Some of the garden.
Okay. Did he wear the tennis shoes a lot? No? Okay. So we have the church shoes. Now, any other shoes that you can think of that Calvin owned?
He should have like a scruffy.
Do you have like like I've got my mowing shoes and then I've got my regular tennis shoes. Does he have anything like that?
He has one that he used in the yard, but it's at the front of the garage. So sometimes it has those grass bush. You know, when you cut your lawn and it flies up.
Right.
That.
Okay, so what is it? What kind of shoe?
You could say it's a tennis shoes, but it's real old.
And you
And
say,
it's a dark color.
and they're out here? And that's what he worked in the yard in. What else? Can you think of any others?
Because the other ones that he would have is the Green Bay Packer bedroom slippers, but that one, he only tried it on one time and then put it up there.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you see him in here. He says he's going to go out to the garage and check something. Is that odd or?
At that hour, it might have been odd, but
No, I mean, is that normal for him? Does he go to the garage and check things regardless of the hour? I
he's
mean,
huge. Before, sometimes he just open the garage and sits on his chair and watch the people that pass by and he call out to them. Or he sits there and make phone calls.
Sometimes you have, like, these boxes up, sometimes you have to call.
okay. So when Calvin says, I'm going to the garage, where do you go?
In my bedroom.
Okay. Okay. What happens next? How long are you in the bedroom? Do you go to sleep?
Not, I don't think I fell asleep, but he said I fall asleep fast. So I don't know. But when I thought when I looked up on the clock, it says like 12:30. And then the next time when I look, it's 1, and I'm like, what's taking him so long to get back in here?
Do you remember what time it was that you gave up on your tablet and decided to go to bed? Don't remember? Okay. You don't remember looking at the kitchen clock or anything like
No,
that?
only when I went into the bedroom, I looked at it.
And that was when Calvin said he was going to the garage. And what
Right.
time was that?
That was around 12:30 when I looked in here.
Okay, now wait a minute. You said that you went to bed and you looked up and you saw that it was 12:30.
Right,
But you'd
because
already
when
left
you lay in
Calvin
the
here.
bed, right.
Okay. So you're saying that when you walked into the bedroom, that was this one right here.
Right, that's when I looked at the clock when I was in the bed.
Okay. All right. So you lay there. You don't know if you go to sleep or not. Something. You wake up. You look at the clock again, and it's 1 a.m.
It's 1, and I'm like, what's taking him so long? Why he hasn't come back yet? So I came out to the garage. I don't see him. I'm looking around.
Is the
and-
garage door up or down?
No, it's down.
Okay. Do you
Yes,
remember hearing
yes.
him open it?
No.
Okay.
There's no alarm to.
All right, so you just went to bed and you don't know. Okay. So you got up and you went to the garage
Yes,
and didn't see him.
I didn't see him. When I look around, looking around, I see the knob, the lock for the garage, the side door. It's turned. It wasn't on. It wasn't locked. But I'm like, you know
Do you
what?
guys use that door a lot?
He does. I don't really go outside other than to put the garbage out or put some recycling out.
Okay, so that's what you'll use that door for. Okay, so why does Calvin use it a lot?
To go into the backyard, to use it around.
Okay. All right, so what'd you do?
When I saw that the things were unlocked, I'm like, you know what? It's garbage day. Maybe he brought in the garbage bag, the cans, and forgot to lock it because he did that before. So I came back into the house. I still don't see him. I start to go from room to room calling him. Still don't see him.
Is anybody here with you guys? Just the two of you?
Just me.
Okay.
Calling him, I can't get him. So I thought I had called the police first and then tried to call the kids to let them know I can't find him. But I called the kids, but I didn't get anybody. So I called the police and I'm like, you know what? Let them tell me that it's too soon rather than tell me it's too late. And that's when I called the police.
So you called the police and then called the kids?
No, first, according to when I look at the phone, it says I called the kid. I think it might be Christine.
Did you get hold of all of them or just?
None of them. None of them. So when the police
So you didn't get hold of anybody?
Nobody. Only the police.
Okay. And what happened when you were on 911?
I called them and tell them I can't find my husband. And then they say, okay, we'll send somebody out. Then when they came out,
Well, do you remember anything more about the 911 call? Because there's usually more to it than that. They'll ask you questions and like, when did you see him? What was he wearing?
Yes, what was he wearing? But
Think, that's okay, just think for a sec. We don't have to, we're not racing. Just think for a sec. Do you remember anything else that she said to you? I mean, if they're asking, they're probably gonna get your name and your address. What's his name?
That they did get. But
Just kind of repeat the conversation in your head. You call in and they say, what's your emergency? Tell me about that conversation.
I said, I can't find my husband.
Okay.
And I told them the door was open, was unlocked.
What else?
I'm trying to see if she asks about the clothes.
It's okay, take your time. Okay, do you remember how long the call was? What are some of the other things that she asked you? Even if it's just regular stuff, what are some of the other things that she asked you?
Have you ever done that before?
Okay.
I believe. I'm not too sure.
You're okay, you're okay. It's been a little bit. Can you hear her voice when you're thinking
It was
back?
a woman,
Okay,
and she did tell me that they're on their way coming,
okay.
and she did stay on the phone until they did arrive.
What else?
Yeah, she did ask what was he wearing. Other than that,
Do what?
I'm trying to see if
You're okay.
that I can.
You're
It's
okay.
like, I don't know.
Okay, all right. So the guys are here. Now what do you do?
The police. I went out with them.
How many were here? Do you remember?
There was a lady in the car. I think her. I don't remember.
You don't worry about names.
The lady was in, and then there were 3 other guys. And then they said they're going to get the dogs, but the dogs are coming from Okeechobee.
It is hot like
while they were there, I was still trying to reach the kids.
Okay.
And then one of them says that's for the address, and then they went over to Azalea. When he was there, he says he couldn't find her, you know. But she was in there sleeping, so I finally got her and said, hey, the police is outside your door, you know. And that's when she saw them and she came over.
And that's who, Carrie Ann?
That's Carrie Ann. Christine, it took us a little while to get Christine. Then I called Michael's number, and his wife picked up. And I told her, we can't find Calvin. And then she said she would call Michael, because Michael was at work.
Okay.
And then she called back and says, Michael is going to come over after he finished working. Now, the police that came, they went from room to room when they did come, you know. And then when the dogs came, they asked for an article of clothing from him.
Hang on just a sec. Okay, so you said it took you a while to get Christine. How long did it take? Do you remember when you finally got a hold of her?
I'd have to look in the phone. I
Okay,
can't
all right.
tell you.
So it took a while. But it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then
Early morning.
Michael's number, the wife answered and said he would be up when he was done working, right? Okay. And what time does he get done working?
I wasn't paying attention to what time he got
Okay,
here.
all right. Okay, so he was gonna come up. Okay, so now the kids are taken care of. Who has shown up here? Has any of them shown up here?
The kids? The first one that came was Carrie Ann. Then I think Christine might have come before Michael.
And what time do you remember? Do you remember what time that they started showing up? Was it still in the middle of the night? Okay. Okay, now, they say that they want, does K-9 get here? Is that what
Yeah,
they?
they took
okay.
a little bit for them to get here.
What happens in between then and K-9?
We were just outside waiting for them.
Okay. Are the guys looking anywhere?
To search?
Yeah.
There was one police that went over into the bushes to look. He had his flashlight. My daughter also, Carrie Ann, called Patrick. And
No, he called me. Sorry.
Okay.
Huh?
It's all right, don't worry about that, okay? All right, so K-9 shows up, and what do they tell you?
They asked for an article of clothing for him. So I picked up, I think it was a shirt but he says, no, he can't use that since I touched it. So he asked for something else. So what he did, he used like a pencil to pick up the socks, and that's what they went with, a socks and a hat. And that's what they went with.
Okay. All right, so the dog takes off. Where's the dog start?
The dog went to the gate, on the outside of the gate, and then we see them start to go down the street.
So the dog doesn't come into the backyard?
Not that I remember. And then they say the dog went all the way to the end of the street, and then they lost the scent. So they came back, they tell me it's 2 dogs that they have. So they tried the other dog, and they came back and said the same thing.
Okay, what happens next?
When they came back, they said they couldn't find his scent.
Okay.
So they were, some of the police went back in the next door neighbor house, and they were walking down that way. But before that, before all of that, the lady that was in the car, the police officer that was in the car, I started to walk that way to go knock on Dave's door, and he has another friend, an old lady. What's her name? Robinson. But the lady in the car, the detective in the car said, no, don't go anywhere, just stay right there, because the dog might pick up your sentence there.
Right.
So she said, we stay right there. So that's what we did. We stay right there and waited.
All right, I am out of pencils.
Carrie, is there any pencil?
I'm sorry?
Give me the pen. I was like, my pencils literally just died.
You can pen on the person in the room.
Sorry, thank you.
You see it?
Okay. I can't believe I brought two and they both ended up, okay. All right, so okay, so the dog loses the scent, okay? Now, you're here and you're saying that the female officer in the car.
Yeah.
You get ready to go do what?
I was going that way to go knock to see if maybe they know anything. But she said, no, come back.
Okay.
And wait
Yeah, you
till
were
the dog-
going next door?
That door, yeah.
Okay. So you were gonna go next door and then to Mrs. Robinson's, because she's actually right down here, right?
Right.
The policy on both items?
Yeah. Pretty. It's empty. Go show Carrie.
Okay, so she said, no, we don't need you to go anywhere, just stay at the house.
Right.
Okay, what happens now?
Then we just stay there and wait for them.
Okay, and what are they doing?
The police dogs were by the other lady's car, but not where she was, to the back of it.
Okay,
You know, like they were talking, and then there was some police here. Michael and Carrie Ann was over here with Patrick. No, we took the flashlight, Patrick and myself, but I don't go. Me and outside not good.
okay, why?
I don't like the insect. I don't like no bugs coming on me or anything like that.
Okay, so what did you do?
So I go as far as I could go, and Patrick went down a little bit more.
Where are we at?
In the back of the lady's house, not the lady.
Over here?
Yeah, the house.
all right.
Oh, my direction. Okay.
That's okay, you're okay. So we're talking about the same house, okay. So you're saying that Carrie Ann and Patrick,
No.
and who is Patrick?
No. Carrie Ann and Michael and Patrick were over this side, and Patrick came with his flashlight to go and look. Patrick is Calvin's friend. He helps do odd jobs for Calvin around the house.
Okay, so they were all out front.
Yeah, everybody was
And
on
then
front.
Patrick went behind this house with the
Patrick,
flashlight?
yeah.
Okay. All right, and you guys stay put, like the officers told you. What else? What happens next? What's everybody doing?
Next thing we know, the dogs, the ones with the dogs, they came and said they lost his scent. Maybe somebody might have picked him up, or he might have doubled back, and that was it. Nothing else was said.
Okay.
And then when morning comes, that's when I believe you came.
Okay, you and the kids, Carrie Ann, Christine, and Michael. Did you guys do anything from the time the officers left until I showed up? What did you guys do?
I know early in the morning, they went to look and I stayed back, I believe it was. And then somebody had called, when they came back, somebody had called and said they saw him. So he went. They said they had seen him, and then around 3:30 back on Port St. Lucie Boulevard. And then that's when I jumped and went with them to go look.
With who?
Michael and Christine, I believe. I don't think it was Carrie Ann. Yeah, Michael and
You
Christine.
guys went in the car?
Yeah, Michael drove. And then,
That's the little plaza down here we were talking about, right? Not the Floresta Plaza, but the gas station, I guess this way.
no, the one this way. Because it's on Port St. Lucie Boulevard where the overhead passes. Over there, because Christine came out of the car and she went on the bridge to see if maybe he's tired and he's laying down resting.
Okay, and then where else did you guys go?
We went to the like a field in that area, like a play field.
Okay.
And then they decided that, you know, it was a hoax because we couldn't find him. So I stayed home, and then they run up and down with every phone calls that come in. They went out and checked, and I stayed to say if he comes back, you know, at least somebody will be here to let him in.
Okay. And then I showed up. Okay.
Yeah, then
Now,
you showed up.
at what point did they do the drones on the night that Calvin went missing?
The what?
Did they do the drones the night that Calvin?
The drone?
The drones that
No,
the night
no.
that Calvin went missing.
No, no drone was used. Only those dogs. The drone. It was you and another lady that did the drone.
Okay. And we went all the way up and down the canal, and that tells you just how murky that water is.
Right. And then I remember calling and asked if there's a dive team that's going to go there, and you said you don't see anything scheduled for a dive team.
Well, the reason that the dive team wasn't used is because we had nothing to dictate that Calvin was in the water. Usually if you get a sighting that, let's say somebody heard him in the water, or somebody saw him walk to the canal, that would generate the dive team. But you're talking about a canal that goes all the way ultimately to the ocean, and it's like, where do you search? You know, how far do they go? So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but that was the
If
only
we
reason.
had done the dive team, we could have found him earlier. So he,
Well, like I said, sweetheart, yeah, I agree with you. Would we have found him earlier? Yes. Okay. All right. So, and then I know what happened after I arrived. So we've walked through the day of and that evening and when he went missing. Okay. So, I don't even know. This is hard. Okay. All right. Did Christine talk to you about this text that she sent to Michael?
yeah, she said she sent him a text. She just told me this week.
Did she tell you why?
Because of how he was, why she said it.
Yeah.
Because she says that she see how he was changing.
And what did she see changing?
He used to be like a firm person, but now he's like all clinging to you, coming to you, talking to you nice and everything. And she said she told Michael to check on him, and Michael said he checked on him a week ago, and he's okay. But we're seeing the different, you know, seeing that he's changing. If you talk to the people who really talk to Calvin within those time frame, they're saying yes, they noticed something was different with him. The doctor himself, the lady who worked at the doctor's office, I don't know if she's a nurse or a receptionist, whatever, she's there. She said yes, the last time he came, he did not joke with her. Everybody, when you talk to them now, they're saying yes, he had changed. Even at the church, they called him up to sing. He just barely take the mic, he sing and went right back down to his seat. And that's not him. So anybody...
So he almost seemed withdrawn.
Exactly.
Okay. When you searched the house for Calvin, you went outside. Did you go to the backyard?
No.
Okay. So you searched the house, you searched the garage, and at that point you called 911.
Right.
Okay.
I did open the side door because I'm not going.
Okay. All right. You just don't like outside.
And he would tell everybody that
What?
I don't like outside.
Okay.
I'm always in the house. No.
Okay. All right. And it's just the heat, and you said the bugs, and okay. All right. When you called 911, where were you at? Remember where you
I believe
were?
I was in the bedroom. But I did call Calvin's phone to see where he was. So when I'm
Was
in
that
there,
before 911?
yeah, before 911, just to make sure. And then I realized his phone was ringing in here, in the bedroom. And I'm like, he doesn't leave it, and don't take his phones with him.
All right. So you notice now that the phone's in the bedroom, you can't find it, and you call 911 from there. Are you a pacer when you walk? Or, I mean, excuse me. Are you a pacer when you're on the phone, or are you just standing in the bedroom?
No, I did move up and down.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Was the TV on? Was anything
Yes,
on?
the TV's.
And what was on? Do you remember?
I want to say it was 57 for the Golden Girls, but I'm not sure.
It was what?
Golden Girls.
Ah.
So it's Hallmark, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Okay. What there's a statement somebody is telling you about that you thought maybe that he was sleepwalking?
No, his family is saying that. His family, not me.
So you
And I
didn't tell
corrected them.
anyone?
No. Calvin doesn't sleepwalk, so why would I say that? One of his relatives repeat that back to me. And I said, no, he was not sleepwalking.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Do you remember talking to Mrs. Robinson? Do you remember when you spoke to her?
Mrs. Robinson, I believe she came. Was it the Thursday evening or the Friday evening? I want to say the Friday evening because the people were here.
He went missing on Wednesday evening, right?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning?
No, Wednesday night.
Wednesday
early
night into Thursday morning,
yes.
right. And you think she came Friday?
I think she was there Friday.
Okay. Do you
I'm
remember
not
talking
sure.
to her?
Yeah, I talked to Miss Robinson.
Okay. Do you remember anything about that conversation?
Not really. Just that he's missing.
Oh, this ransom thing. Oh my God, that was a mess, wasn't it? Amy Malavesky, the detective that handled that, she's just outstanding. She really, really is. I just love her to death. And it just, I literally, I mean, I was off for the weekend, obviously, and they called me and I'm like, what? I mean, to be going through everything, and then you got this scam, and you're like,
And
seriously?
his sister said, just pay the money, but
Whose sister? Who said
his
that?
sister, Donnie. And Amy says, no, don't do that.
No. And then the guy says, okay, I'll take 200. What? And where does 7,000 come from? I'm just sitting here looking at my notes, and I'm like, seriously? Yeah, I felt so bad for you, and I couldn't get to you. I was completely out of town. Because I just live over here. I only live like 5 minutes away from you.
yeah?
So I was like, but I couldn't even get to you. And I was eternally grateful for Amy. Let's see here. Okay, this is all on the ransom. This is when we're looking for him.
Huh?
I'm looking over my notes. They said, so where do you think that this whole, before Calvin got into this thing about I can't sleep anymore, how did he sleep beforehand?
He used to regular.
Just he'd go to bed and go sleep.
He most of the time, because he's on his phone, he would be out here sleeping. And then he gets up around, I don't even know what time he gets up. Then he goes into the room and then he goes, couldn't you have waked me? And I'm like, you look so peaceful. So why would I wake you?
Okay.
You know?
And then he'd come back to the bed. Okay. But he slept fine.
To me,
So
he slept
when-
fine because I sleep.
Yeah. So, when did this I can't sleep thing start? I mean, how had it been going on for a year? Had it been going on 6
not
months?
for a year, not for a year.
How
But
long?
his doctor could tell you when they prescribe him the medication for sleeping.
Right, but that's only when Calvin reported it to him.
That's because
He never. When did he start complaining to you that he couldn't sleep?
You want to sleep?
I have no idea because I wasn't thinking of anything like that.
Right. Okay.
It's just when I see his countenance change, that's when I started to look into what's going on.
Why? What do you mean? How did it change?
He just, quiet, and he's withdrawn. But he also worry about us going out and contracting COVID. So he always bringing home masks and And whenever he has to visit somebody that have COVID, he would just drop a package on the outside and call them and say it's there. But he wasn't himself.
The full family wasn't the one for the warranty.
Did he ever say anything to you? Did he come to you out the end and say, you know what, this is what's going on? Did he ever?
He just said, I'm sluggish.
So
I don't
when you
feel
would
good.
notice this,
Yeah.
how would you address it with him?
Before, I'm like, Calvin, you need to relax. When you're going to sleep, empty your mind. Empty it. You don't think of anything else. Just,
And what would he
try
say?
to relax. He said, okay, he'll try. Even after we came from the cardiologist, since I know he likes to play domino and he can't go out to play, I downloaded a domino game on my tablet for him to try to help him.
Relax.
And he did it for one day, and that was it. He didn't have any energy basically, and then he needs to mow his lawn, and I'm like, Calvin, no, you can't mow your lawn. You need to relax, rest. You say you're sluggish, rest.
And that's so when you would talk to him about, I mean, that was his response. That was the word that he used, sluggish.
Yeah.
What else did he use to describe how he felt?
He's tired. His feet hurt.
What else?
So we'd ask him, do you feel like you have your lungs full again? And he said, I don't know. He doesn't. He says,
Lungs fill again. What do you mean again?
because he has chronic heart failure. So they would have to give him some LASIK, whatever
Right.
it's on the name, to help him to pee a lot. Then we also asked him, are you drinking water? Because after they told us he's dehydrated, we called and said, are you drinking water? He says, yes, I'm drinking. Then he told me, I'm drinking too much. But, her purse.
What else? When the chronic heart failure, when was he diagnosed with that?
I want to say it was 2018.
What prompted it? The diagnosis.
The same sluggish. So when he went to the doctor, then they tell him they believe that's what he has.
The chronic heart failure. And that's when they put in the pacemaker.
They put in the pacemaker. I think he got admitted in the hospital twice before the pacemaker went in
And he was admitted why?
because of the fluid.
Okay. And I told you that we got the test results back on the pacemaker. Okay. It did go off the day before he went missing, but she said it was so minor, it was insignificant. It wasn't a life-saving type of a charge. It didn't kick in to correct anything. For some reason it clicked on, it clicked right back off. So we don't know why. But she said it didn't click on significantly enough to that he needed it. Does that make sense? So like maybe his system was heading a direction and it clicked on, and then Calvin was like, and she said it was minute. It doesn't. And then the day that he went missing, up until his death, there was nothing. Okay? So, which I don't know, I don't, you go back and forth, you definitely don't want him in pain, but what was going on, So, but yeah, the pacemaker does not, it was not, I think I have the report too.
So they don't have any cause of death or anything?
No, not yet, and they're not going to, okay? Like I said, I was there for his examination, so I know what they found inside. And there were some things with his heart and his lungs, but they won't make a decision until they get that toxicology, okay? All right, so here's the report. She said, oh, nope, that is not it. It's another doormat.
You say another darn it?
Yeah. Probably 80% of that.
It's darn it. They say they put on Facebook, they have a family chat that they say they want to have a meeting.
Don't you dare.
No, not me.
Okay.
They're having a meeting amongst themselves.
Okay, here's the report. Okay, so this is what she sent me, and let's see here. Okay, so on March 11th, Calvin went missing on the evening of March 12th, that night into the 13th. Is that right? No.
The 10th to the 11th.
The 10th to the 11th. Okay. So on, let's see here. It looks like from the 10th to the 11th. Is that right? Let's see here. So it was midnight on the 10th into the wee hours of the 11th.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So this is saying, I got to figure out what time this is. Well, I need to see if it's on our time or not.
Okay.
If this is saying at 2:30 in the morning, it kicked on for a millisecond, which, according to when he disappeared, he was already in the water at that point. So, in other words, it was probably just the machine doing its thing. Does that make sense? Okay. So if he went, this is saying that on March 11th, so 2 hours after he went missing, it clicked on for just a second and stopped. Does that make sense? See, it was 0.01 seconds at 2:30 in the morning. So you're literally talking like a blink. It was all it did. Okay, and we know at that point he was already gone. Okay, so it wasn't like he was struggling and the machine was trying to save him. He was already gone at that point, sweetheart. Does that make sense? I know it doesn't give you any peace of mind, okay? I get that. But it was just that, okay? Everything had stopped and the machine kicked on for a sec. And literally, it's like 0.01 seconds. Because on February 27th, it was on for 4 seconds. And on February 13th, it came on for less than a second. And on February 7th, it was on for 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And that was on February 7th. Can you see here? Can you see my report here?
You're kind of real far.
Huh?
You're kind of real far.
Oh, girl, I know, but I have to have it real far. Okay, let's see here. All right, so see, here's the morning of, okay? And it was like boom, done. Then you go back to February 27th. And then here's the big one right here. February 7th was for 5 minutes. So he must have stopped to catch his breath almost on that one. And then the rest of them are just little blips. Okay? I'm sorry. I can read it. All right. I'm trying to make sure that I've got everything handled and covered. Okay, so we walk through the day, we know what happened afterwards, we know what's been going on since then. This is all.
Darn it. What is she saying about me?
Just, I think we've covered everything that she's concerned about.
She concerned about his shoes.
Well, wait, no. Do you know that?
No, because you said you were
Right.
asking about his shoes.
Well, no, because we covered what he was wearing, and you thought that he had gone out with no shoes on, and yet when we found him, he had shoes on.
All right. But I don't know why they're putting my address on Facebook, telling people that I replaced the carpet.
Who's putting that out there?
It's the state trooper. And I don't know if you finished yet, but I wanted you to see. She sent me another. So I'll wait till you're finished.
You're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I did not play it. That's her.
You remote everything. The only thing you carry was the wiring. And I gave it back to them and I tell the guy he's never seen fuck everything.
This is his favorite song. Why is she sending that to me?
What else has she sent you?
Well, she put on Facebook.
What's her Facebook name?
I'm going to go on the Calvin's own. But I don't think that's a stylist.
No, it's not.
She said, okay. Everybody called it in mystery spot.
See? She have on there. Who said Calvin Berry died from an accident?
I did anything else. I did the big bulky part of it.
Let me see.
You have to like scroll to find her stuff. And then she singing a song about murderer. And how we are thieves, we are opportunists. Calvin worked too hard to provide for his family. She said maybe he worked too hard. But everything started when they were told that they are not entitled to his 401k, which is his savings plan. That's when everything went downhill. Even in the last farewell to him, Donnet went on this platform and telling people that she had her husband Google our address and that the people won't be getting any more fruits or anything because I have the house up for sale.
Who's Renee Thomas?
Who?
Who's Renee Thomas?
I don't know. I don't know his family, because I know they have a way about them. I don't really mingle too much with them. Whenever they come over, hi, how you doing? And I go into the room. I don't keep a lot of friends because I don't want my name to be caught up in any foolishness. And now this is what I'm have to go through. Call it, but you're an actress. You fooled Calvin by making Calvin think that you cared for his family. They came in here like a swarm. They told me not to go up, not to look at these anymore.
Yeah, don't. I'm gonna look it up and I'll follow up on it. Okay? But don't. There's no sense in giving yourself that heartache.
But for them to telling people I'm a murderer, I didn't do nothing to Calvin. Nothing. if you ask the people them around him that really work with him, that knows him, they see the gradual change in him. Something was going on. I even said to him, I have to take you to talk to somebody because it seems as if I'm not getting through to you. And he would tell me, he's trying to stay positive. And you could even take my phone and look at his messages to me. But no, just because they found out. And the way how they found out what he had, his sister came here. My family were here. And she sat in the parking spot and waited until they leave. Once they drove off, she came in here, storming in here. She wants all his paper, all the paperwork. I thought she was here to help. So okay, they brought it out and she went through it. My paperwork, flopped in the garbage. And then that's how she started questioning his paycheck. I don't question Calvin paycheck. I don't look at Calvin paycheck. You work, you get your pay. That's it.
Right.
How much is in the account? I tell you. That's what she asked me. How much is in our account? I gave that to her. And then she just started. And then when she started finding his documents, she tell Rosa, which is Michael's wife, that Rosa need to call and find out about these insurance and whatever. So basically, I thought she was here going to help, not knowing that she had ulterior motives. But like I said, God sees and He knows. And if Calvin was here, that would be, they're talking about honoring Calvin. You did not honor him. You disgraced the man.
So that's when it all started, was after she'd seen the paperwork.
When she saw the paper, and then that we went to the funeral home, and Kate, the same Grasset, she came along, and she and Michael and Rosa drove in one car. And while we were at the funeral home, this is after Calvin's buried, while we were at the funeral home, something came out about thrift saving. And then she said,
About what?
Thrift savings, that's what they call the 401k. Something came out about it. And right then and there, Kay, which is the Grasset, jumped on that and talking about he should have money in there. And so when they drove back, Rosa,
Who's Rosa?
Michael's wife, she wanted to get the password and the username to go on the computer to go find out about this 401k. So they said, no, that is not for you. That would be for Calvin's retirement for him and his wife. And that's where it started.
You never gave it to him?
No.
Okay.
The post office, once you report that he is deceased, they close everything down. Nobody can get in to see anything. But they already knew because Donette
Had seen the paperwork
Yes.
here.
Now she's saying how she and Calvin is so close and everything. But yet still when they're going through all this paperwork, they haven't come across anything that says him and her.
Dornette?
Uh-huh.
How often did he see Dornette? I mean, were they that close?
They weren't close like how twins would be. They were not. And he usually said, she's too pushy, she's too bossy, she wants to rule his life. So she would call and tell him, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. So that's basically how he usually said it. No, everybody going up about how Calvin would send them packages with the fruits. And Calvin started to complain that he's always sending them these fruits and nobody would even send him a little money for postage. That's how Calvin got.
So how often did they see each other? Once a year?
No, they probably see more than that. Maybe once every 2-3 months.
Would it be down to Miami or would it be up here?
No, it's up here. Sometimes they will meet halfway between, because she's in Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah.
So they will meet halfway.
Would you go too?
No. I try to stay away from them. No, when,
How come?
huh?
How come?
Because she never liked me. I used to work for her as well. She gave me a job when I had lost my job with a bank. She did give me a job, but then she let me go.
Yeah.
But I didn't know we were on bad terms.
Okay.
But no, she never. And that family, they would, anybody that's going through anything with them, their own family, they would cut like that. So that's why I stay away from it. Now the Grasset girl, I thought she was the best one out of all of them. Until now I see who she really is. Because you know, she was funny, she was cute or whatever. You know, that was Calvin's family. So of course. But other than that, I would say hi, bye, you know. He had a group from Tampa that came down. I think it's after his mom died or a little bit before she died. And he wanted to eat in the backyard. And I said, no, I don't want to eat in the backyard. But he says, no, come on, because it was a lot of them. Then I did come out and eat, but as soon as I finished eating, I came back in. No,
Do you not like outside?
that's not me. If you're having a game outside, no.
Did you ever go sit with Calvin in the garage?
Hmm?
Did you ever sit with Calvin in the garage?
No, we just, like if his friends come over, I would come out and say hi to them and just say a few words, but then I'll come back in.
Okay.
The garage is very hot. They don't know my life, because I don't display my life for them.
Right.
But we're married 37 years, almost 37 years.
Did
So
you
if-
ever split up at any point in time?
No. One time we were talking, he had called on it, and I don't even remember what year it is. It was, and then she said, why don't you guys divorce? That's what she had said. And I said, darn it, I love your brother. I love your brother. And that was my thing to her. Now, if he didn't care for me, why would he stay with me for all these years? He's not crazy.
Honey, you know your husband loved you.
I'm sure every husband and wife have a disagreement sometime. Because now his son is saying they can't compare his marriage to my marriage. He married 12 years, I married 36 years. No, we didn't go out and gallivant all over the place. I have 2 bad knees. Now I find out I have a bad shoulder. My back is, arthritis is all over my back. When Calvin ready to go to Miami, most of the time I said, no, I can't do that long trip, you know?
All right. Let's go take a look in the garage. I wanted to see those tennis shoes you said that he worked out in the yard with.
Sure.
And I am done, sweetie. Do you have any other questions for me?
Not really, just, if you could tell me why these people are so wicked.
I wish I could, hon. Death turns some of the nicest people into the nastiest people. That is a true story.
You know what I think too? Because I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them. And I think when
All their people.
only Michael knows of us and the sister. The others don't know of us. So when we showed up, because they thought they were going to be able to run roughshod over her, because she's very passive. She is very passive, nothing. And when we showed up, then I guess they realized that they had a force to reckon with.
Right. There's more than just one.
It's
isn't
more than
there?
just one.
Right.
Yes. That's my thinking.
Okay, those are like the cutest little house slippers I have ever seen on a baby girl. Oh, I see. Okay, so these are his old shoes? Okay.
Alright, come
And what
back,
about the
lady.
black Skechers tennis shoes?
Come here, Carrot.
that was ever on here. So, like I said, I
What
did
do
not.
you mean? Where would they have been? They have an own a pair?
I don't know what color. They said I found him in a black shoe, but I could show you his shoes.
Okay, so this is the ones that he worked at the yard with,
He had.
but you don't remember the black Skechers?
Where is Calvin? Push slides.
During the week when Michael was here,
Yeah,
he
Michael
didn't
might
know.
take
Michael took it.
The slides were there the whole time. They were right here.
Cause this way he would leave his,
Yeah, they were
and I would
sitting there
leave
the whole
my flip flop here.
Yeah, the slides were-
But during
So do you not remember the black Skechers at all?
Calvin had a black Skechers.
Skechers,
Wait, I wonder if that's the one I had bought
he
for my
didn't bought
shoe.
him Adidas.
I know.
They were white.
But
Right.
one at a time, I don't even know what shoes I bought him. I got it from Bell's.
Did it want to be Skechers?
When did you buy those?
About a year ago.
Okay. Where would they have been kept?
In the room.
Ay.
Come, Kyra.
Come on.
It's okay, I'm going out there. Need more soup. I'm going out there.
Oh, sorry. Honey, cook your slides.
Okay.
Yeah, but then-
Thank you.
That's your last load?
No, I have to discuss it with my wife.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that these are like all work shoes?
Yeah, it was a work shoes as well, but it's from Bell's.
And there's the white tennis shoes, is that
Yeah.
right?
Right, he has
Okay.
that, and then he should have another one in the box, unless they took it to. Good.
Yep, there's shoes in there. I can. Oh no, that's just the buttons. I think it flips. There
No, they took it. That son of a grandpa.
Yeah.
No, they didn't buy that shoe. That's a shoe from his grandbaby.
we go. What? Wait, what? What are you talking about? What shoes?
I don't want that expensive one.
What's the baby got?
Is somebody calling me?
You remember the shoe you and Juju got your Calvin for Christmas?
Yes.
It's gone.
Dang.
Which ones?
The white shoe.
Oh, the white tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you, that wasn't on the floor like that?
Yeah, I moved it from that basket.
Oh.
I moved it from that
Does
basket.
anybody
But I was-
remember the black Skechers?
So apparently they went into the room. They broke into the room apparently.
No.
Or did they take, they probably took it out before you realized it was gone?
Yeah, didn't we ask how it came?
So
I don't-
they took tennis shoes?
Yeah, he said he was taking dress shoes. That's what he told me he was taking dress shoes. That's a shoe from the baby, not her. Her son.
My son. He Christmas shopping for everybody.
That's cool. But I don't remember. He has black shoes. I don't remember it being Skechers or what it might be, but he has black. As you can see.
As I can see, he had multiple black shoes. Tennis
Okay,
shoes.
these. We mainly buy these because these wear out quickly. These are postal worker shoes. What we walk in, they're
Well,
comfortable.
I noticed that there's got to be probably 7 pair of black shoes in there. He's only got 1 pair of white. So that's
Yeah,
usually
That's the old white one.
We don't wear them when they're not working because they're that comfortable.
They are.
The other one is the one that is good for.
Okay. All right. So I am done with all my questions. If I get back to the station on Monday and I think of something else, I'll just call you at this point. I've done my face-to-face with you. You've walked me through the home. I've observed everything. You walked me through the day that he went missing, and we've gone from beginning to end. So you and I are good. If I have something that comes up, I'll just give you a buzz. I know it, sweetheart. I know. Did you guys put the stick back in the sliders?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Deb that turns people so mean.
They're greedy.
It's just mean.
And to do anybody out. I came up because I work for the post office, so I know how to walk her through it. I was in the union and they taught us how to walk people through it.
Right.
And it's
So I
not
And
came
it's
up-
overwhelming,
I'm-
you know.
Yeah, and
Yes. And
the
like
thing
I
is-
said, she's easy. She's a pushover.
the thing is, whatever
I'm sorry, that
is in his
stuff.
paperwork,
not-
which he made sure his paperwork was in order, that's what they go by. We can't change it.
No, it's
All
no
we can
different,
do- all
it's no different with my pension, like Althea said, as soon as I pass away, it's all locked, it's all shut down, but nothing can change.
Yeah.
The only person that can change anything is going to be my beneficiary. Other than that, it doesn't belong to anybody, that's why I work.
All
You
I
know?
did, I came up to walk them through it so that they can get the paperwork off. She has to sign.
Right.
We have to send it off to them.
Right.
And then they deal with it from that point on.
And that's all on their end.
On their
She's the
end.
beneficiary, she signs the papers, and then the US Postal Service handles the rest. She
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Calvin made his decisions before he passed away regarding the money,
Yeah.
and all she has to do is sign it. It's like, there's no conspiracy. This is,
Yeah.
she's not doing anything. All she's doing is being able to obtain what Calvin put aside for them. And that's just, so, anyway, all right? I really would love to give you a hug, and as we know, we're not allowed to, so that stinks. So give her a hug for me, okay? Thank you. Make it a good one, squeeze. Okay. Oh, well, don't squeeze too hard. Okay, so I am done here. I'm probably gonna sit down with you. I've got a few questions for you and your sister, this miscellaneous stuff that we gotta cover.
You want us to go outside and you talk to her?
No.
Since she's here.
No, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm probably just calling on the phone, okay? And we'll do it that way. You take care of Mom, all right? She's upset now, and it wasn't even me that upset her. Usually I'm always the one that makes everybody upset.
No, but
No, it's just, it's,
she has nothing to hide. She has history with him. She has history they don't have. Their relatives who are coming out the woodwork now who are pretending they had this great relationship with him. But the Wednesday, they raped all of the fruit trees. The Wednesday, she put them in a crib. She came back, they were all here. Took everything, they never even offered her a jelly coconut. They chopped, sat out, drank, and she came, like she would normally do, and she sat inside.
But don't forget, they went in and took all his stuff too, the same day that he went in.
They did, Michael, the same day he was putting a baby.
They waited until we were going back to Miami to take my wife home. And if I had known they were gonna do this,
We wouldn't have left.
I probably would have given my wife the truck and tell
and you would
her.
think that she would be safe with her children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
As soon as we went, they came in.
They came,
Ready to come.
they came in and went through,
Well,
because the back of whatever they threw out, when we went back to Miami, we took it. I said, I'm not gonna throw it in the garbage. We need to now go through to see exactly what they threw out, to see if there's any important documents in here. So we sat through 2 big black garbage bags of stuff we went through. And this was less than 48 hours after his body was found. And they're talking now that she wants, she's never gonna live here. She's never gonna
Happy said the house is too big for the two of us. He wants the downsize.
But the
But
thing-
then he
but
got, I
here's-
could stay here by myself.
Here's the thing, sweetheart, here's the thing. Even if Calvin and you had this conversation beforehand, okay? You don't have to justify that.
That's it.
Okay? You don't have to justify that to anyone. It doesn't make any difference if you and Calvin were gonna stay here for another 15 years. Calvin has passed away. You are in a 5-bedroom home with 1 human being. That is too much for anyone.
Not one of them
So-
say, oh, you're gonna pay them off.
Right, so irregardless of what you and Calvin discussed and what conversations
your
you have,
decision.
you don't have to justify that to anyone. You are by yourself now, Calvin has passed, and you don't want a house this big.
That's it.
That is it, point blank. You don't offer anyone any other explanation, it is none of their business. None.
I deliver mail in an area down there in Miami. I have a little old lady down there who she's living alone.
She's leaving.
Cause one of her brothers moved in with her when her husband passed.
Yeah.
The brother passed and she's there. And the son, is trying to convince her to keep the house, and she said no.
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 She said she's
My husband and I, 3 years ago, my husband and I, we went from a bigger home into a smaller home. We went from a 3-2 to a 2-2. Because here's the deal, I'm not getting younger, and I don't want to clean the dang thing. It's just the two of us, and here's the deal, if you come to visit and I don't have room for you, then you go get a hotel. This is my house, and this is what I have to clean. You don't owe anyone an explanation as to why you're selling this house, the time it's taking you to sell. You don't owe anyone. Sweetheart, your husband has passed away that is traumatic enough, and you are in a gargantuan home. Okay? You want to sell this house, you sell this house, and you don't tell anybody any reason why, it ain't none of their business.
But the thing is, it's not even a house. It's the trees, because she made a statement and they're not going to get any more fruits. As if they were going to just walk in.
Yeah.
They're lucky it's not me.
So you're selling the house to deprive them of fruit?
Yes.
Listen.
Althea Berry, what in the world? Who do you think you are?
Officer, if it was me and somebody made that statement, I would have a lawn man here the very next day and all of that would be on the everything.
Right.
Because I'm sure the people who are buying
You're just a mean.
more than likely they're gonna pave under everything so that they can have entertainment space.
And this is what was said in church. Church.
Yeah, you do
What
is best
That's
for
all we
Althea.
do. Right.
That's what it's gonna help me.
Yep.
You come and you say you want this book.
Right. All you do is ask. All you do is ask. If you would have spoken to me, I could have told you what it meant to someone else, and you could have chosen something else. But to snatch it out from underneath me without even knowing, and you don't know the story behind it, shame on you.
Even
They are
dogs. They wanted my dogs that I collected.
What?
They put them up. Thank God that they.
Before when they left to go to Stewart, we went and got boxes. All his stuff, the Green Bay Packer stuff that was there, we boxed it. They come in. Oh, where's everything? In storage?
Yeah, because here's the thing. We're not saying you can't have it, but by gosh, it's going to be disseminated nicely and accordingly, and not under the cover of darkness underneath somebody's coat or in their purse. So if we decide later that somebody can have something, we'll gladly provide it to you, but you're not just going to come in and snatch things. You, baby.
He had Calvin, coming from the hospital, he was talking with Michael about the truck. They were talking and Michael said he's given his older son his white truck, which is the same like Calvin's white truck. And then he says, it would be nice if Aaron would have the same truck. So he says, he was going to buy the truck from Calvin for his son. What did I do? Because I know you were discussing the truck with Calvin. I said you could have the truck. Then we give him the title, don't know how they're going to do the transfer or whatever. No, Calvin had a Lexus in there. He wants to know about the Lexus too. After you just got a truck.
You keep her strong. You don't owe anyone any explanation, okay?
Believe me, she's our youngest,
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna mess with her future. Nobody.
Like, this is not enough to deal with, to have all this other stuff added on top of it.
And I'm just happy that these girls are strong.
That's the reason, that's why we all work. That's what we do.
And you don't work for your children if you have a spouse.
Right.
You're doing it for yourself because you and your spouse are denying yourself certain things. There are no vacations, no splurging.
Because you're raising your children.
And you're putting the money aside. You're denying because this is income that she could have had that you all decide, okay.
That's the whole reason my pension exists. I'm putting all the money aside. It's either going to be for my husband if something happens to me, that he can take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. And if I make it to the end, then we have a retirement account. But that's why you save that money. So it's whatever, okay?
But
You don't owe anyone an explanation, okay?
You'll be okay.
You're fine.
We got
You're good.
two strong young ladies too who are here who will.
They're here for you. Even Kyra's here for you.
We're just a little under 2 hours down the road.
There you go.
Middle
All
of
right.
the night, we'll be here.
All right, so I'm going to scoot. Like I said, if I have any questions for you, I will give you a call. I'll probably give you a call next week, and I'll ask the questions that I need to ask, and we'll be good. And that's it. That's honestly it, okay? All right, if you have any questions, you know my policy, you call me, don't let her wonder about anything. If she even speculates anything, she's call me and ask me, okay?
You're gonna check out that cake.
The what?
Got Russell.
Oh, I've already spoken to her.
Very friendly, no.
Oh, yes. Okay, what time is, whose phone is this? Althea?
Yes.
How do you turn it on?
Just touch the button. Just hit the face,
Okay, it hates me. What time is it?
You don't turn off?
1:15.
Okay. It is April 9th. It is 1:15, and I concluded my interview with Althea Berry.